I'm Lainey.
I'm Colton.
And we are telling you today about this paper where statin therapy is associated with lower total but not bioavailable or free testosterone in men with what? Type 2 diabetes. Those are the people that did it. So, background. Obviously, hope some of you know what diabetes are. But when you have type 2 diabetes, you generally have a low testosterone count because that's common. Well, why is that? Well, we're going to tell you. So testosterone is made from cholesterol. And we know this based off the test, if you knew this or not. But statins lower cholesterol synthesis. And so this may affect hormone production because cholesterol messes with testosterone. We can see this here. So we have cholesterol to start, and we have desmolase that makes it pregnenolone. I can't say that word, but that's okay. And it goes down to androstenedione, which then is dehydrogenated to testosterone. So if we mess that up, you can mess up how much testosterone you have, and in men, that's kind of a big deal. So the rationale and hypothesis of this paper. So obviously we know statins lower cholesterol availability. We know cholesterols are a precursor for testosterone, as we saw in the pathway image before, and it'll alter hormone measurements. And this could impact hypogonadism diagnosis, which is common in type 2 diabetes. And so the hypothesis of this paper is that statin therapy decreases total testosterone levels, and it may not affect bioavailability or free testosterone. So, how did we measure this? Well, we got a cross-sectional study. We got 345 men, and they got type 2 diabetes. And we're gonna put them in a statin group, which is gonna be group 2, and a no statin group, which is gonna be group 1. We're going to compare the hormone values and levels. So what did we measure? We measured total testosterone, we measured free and bioavailable testosterone, and we measured the SHBG. So for our table 1, so cool. So for table 1, we can see here in the total testosterone, and then the groups of statin, which is 11.9, and atorvastatin, which is 11.4, is lower than the 13.4 nanomoles per liters. It's a lot of things. Of the no statin group, it's generally lower. It's lower in those groups. And we can also see that in cholesterol as well here. So we have 5.04 for our no statin, we have 4.58 for our statin group, and the atorvastatin we have 4.64. So we can see a decrease in both the testosterone and cholesterol in the statin versus the non-statin group.
So for table 2, they wanted to look at lower testosterone. I cannot.
Stop looking.
They wanted to look at age, waist circumference, BMI, A1C, systolic blood pressure, diastolic blood pressure, total cholesterol, HDL cholesterol, LDL cholesterol, and total triglycerides within their samples that they took from these people. And you can see that for this, there was lower total testosterone in the atorvastatin compared to the normal statin, and you can see that. Where is it at? It's the total testosterone. Oh, okay, it's right here. And you can see it has a good p-value of 0.001, which we like. And then LDL cholesterol, which is bad cholesterol. You should know that from the test, I hope. At least I think.
Hopefully.
And it also has a lowered value in no statin versus atorvastatin and simvastatin, and a good p-value. So figure 1, they wanted to look at total testosterone in conjunction with these treatments, and you have total testosterone here, and then your statins there. And you can see that total testosterone decreased with statins. Here's our 2 statins. They're below the testosterone, or they're below the no statins. There is a significant reduction observed in the atorvastatin group, and then atorvastatin showed strong effects. As you can see, there was a dose-dependent trend, and then simvastatin had no significant change, as you can see.
It does this every year. No.
You can do it.
It's back.
Oh, some key comparisons is that total testosterone decreased. Free and bioavailable testosterone was unchanged. You can see that from the graphs that or from the tables that they took. And then active androgen levels were maintained. Total testosterone was not sufficient alone. And then potential for diagnostic error was possible in their study. For the conclusions, we can see that statin therapy significantly reduced total testosterone levels. Specifically the atorvastatin definitely reduced the total testosterone levels. And then free and bioavailable testosterone levels were not affected. That was within all the statins. They were not moderately, they weren't significantly affected. And then hypogonadal symptoms did not differ between the groups, which I guess they looked at that.
They did, yeah.
Disgusting. The atorvastatin demonstrated the strongest dose-dependent effect. Obviously, I pointed that out. I hope. The total testosterone alone may not accurately reflect the androgen status. Cool. Free and bioavailable testosterone provides a more reliable assessment of the people, I think. For future directions, we'd like to move forward with a randomized controlled experiment comparing the statins. So theirs wasn't really randomized. They took people that took the statins and then took their blood and said, we're gonna take this and put it in a study. Good luck. See you later. I don't care about you. So we want to actually have an experiment with people with type 2 diabetes.
Don't even know what they're eating.
Yeah, no. We don't care about them, I guess. And then we want to test testosterone changes over a long period of time. So how they could change, if they could bounce back, and then evaluate the clinical outcomes of chronic statin use, because obviously there's going to be clinical outcomes. If you're reducing testosterone, surely you're reducing other things or increasing other things. So some of the strengths and weaknesses of the study. The strengths were, it was a large, well-defined cohort. So it was men, 355 of them.
That's large.
And they are large men, I'm assuming. And they did a comprehensive hormone analysis of these men. So you can excuse yourself. Some weaknesses were that it was a cross-sectional design. Obviously, that's not really a treatment group. They're getting treatment, but we didn't do an experiment on them. They're just getting treatment. There was no causality established. Potential confounding variables were a play. And there's limited generalizability.
Here's the references. Here's a funny meme I made. It's backwards, but it says, what's it say? B and Lainey's group are getting her draw 25. That's cold.